you know, all these crackers is fucking KKK if you want to call it like that. But America's just filled from in every area with witchcraft. The way they build their cities, the way they build their buildings, the way they do their media, everything is based upon witchcraft. The Capitol building. Hold on. Let me show you something, man. Capitol building. There's when you go into the Capitol building, on the top of it, they've got Persephone, right? On the top of the Capitol building, I believe they got a statue of Persephone. Right? Now that's a Roman. Yo, what my researcher at, man? Yo, what's going on, man? Help me out here, man.
Greek, yeah, like what?
Persephone was the Greek goddess of vegetation.
That's the
was it Persephone or was it? Yeah. Was it one of the? Can you search what goddess is on top of the Capitol building?
Jupiter. You kind of tell by the names.
Right? So here it is, these good God-fearing American Christians. Like Trump is meant to be a good God-fearing American Christian, and he goes up in that Capitol building, that's the idol on top, right? What's that got to do with the Bible? What's that got to do with being a Christian, according to them? Why have they got a statue of a Greek goddess or anything like that? Why is it there? Because America was founded on biblical, godly, God-fearing Christian values. So why did they build the place that holds their Congress or whatever it is, their authority? Why would they even allow it to be in the drawing plans for it to have that? Why have they got an obelisk as the Washington Monument? The Egyptian, the Cleopatra's Needle, didn't they bring that shit from Egypt? Am I mistaken on that? I could be mistaken. Am I right on that? Did you see what goddess they got on top of the Capitol building? I know they got a goddess on top of the Capitol building.
It's I found the name. The name is of the actual thing itself. It's called the Statue of Freedom. I was trying to find out.
The goddess of freedom. It's a goddess though. I forgot the name. I think it might be Persephone.
It's funny because Statue of Liberty. It's funny because America is one of the most like enslaved. Prison planets on the planet. Like the laws, some of the laws over there in America are just absolutely ridiculous. You know? So
check
they
this
call
out.
it the land of the free, but that's one of the most. You only get like, let's say you only get a week or 2 weeks off for the whole year for you working. They ain't like that in the rest of the world. You get more time off, at least a month or a month going on. In America, they'll give you just a week off, and then you got to apply for that too.
That's because a lot of people are working jobs where you can't afford to take time off because they might not pay you for that time off.
That's crazy, man. But that is what they do with everybody, man. That's like the standard that you got to apply for your time off and shit. And then they can turn you down and shit.
I would say if I can back you, I think it's one of the only countries where you don't have a government-backed minimum standard. Here we've got a minimum of 20 days holiday. They don't have a minimum, it's up to the company.
So to the company, they can say, well, you ain't getting that.
Land of the free, yeah? You got that? Okay, anyway, I think it was Persephone, but I'll have to look it up. But check this out, yeah. When you go to the Capitol building in America, they got like the main dome, right? They got a painting, right? It's called the Apotheosis of Washington. Now the word apotheosis means to deify. So when you go there, they've got an image of George Washington in the middle of a bunch of Greek and Roman gods. This is in the Capitol building in America, man. Oh, Salakia.
Good Christians.
Yeah. This is the image. You got different. That's Athena. That's Athena right there with the sword and the shield. With Captain America's. Yeah. This is in the Capitol building of America. When you go to the Capitol building, look, what's that? Who's that? Everyone knows who that is with a trident. Poseidon.
Oh,
yeah? Yeah? All the so-called Greek and Roman gods. And then George Washington is pictured in the midst of them. And that's why it's called the apotheosis of Washington. Now, what the fuck is that doing in the Capitol building of a nation that claims they believe in believe in God? Which God do you believe in then? What's that all about? Someone gotta explain that. I didn't paint this. They did that in the Capitol building, in the seat of America in Washington. That's why the scripture says the abundance of witchcraft. That's witchcraft right there. That's idolatry, and they turned Washington into an idol, man.
It's funny because Britain, they're trying to act more Christian in America and stuff like that. You know, like the churches, and they're still going in like Jake. They kind of run their ceremonies from Jake's medieval stuff. Westminster, even though they've got democracy and the Roman system going on over there, and they've got Greek statues, just the same as it, like France. But when they, they still try and do that, the Queen and all that, the robes and the reading, making, which is bullshit. But they're trying to push that. It's crazy, man. Because a lot of where they do their things at, they got icons like in the Parliament building. They've got icons of Jake while they're doing it.
Because that's a remnant from before.
Before, yeah.
Hey, check this out. It says apotheosis of Washington depicts George Washington sitting among the heavens in an exalted manner. Yeah? Or in literal terms, ascending and becoming a god. If that's not idolatry, then I don't know what is. Washington, the first US president and commander-in-chief, so that's like Egypt, right? If I'm not mistaken, basically the Egyptian pharaohs were deified, right? So they're deifying the American presidents. Yeah, I could jump to that conclusion, right? Right? The commander-in-chief of Continental Army during the American Revolution War is allegorically represented, surrounded by figures from classical mythology. Washington is draped in purple, a royal color, right? With
the beast, the woman, she was clothed in the purple,
with a rainbow arc at his feet, flanked by the goddess Victoria. So they trying to invoke that spirit of victory, that conquering spirit. The goddess Victoria, which Nike goes back to Victoria as well, right? That's why Nike's so big in America. All right, draped in green, using a horn. To his left, the goddess of liberty. Right now, when they're talking about liberty, they're talking about their liberty. Their liberty to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Their liberty to oppress, to kill, to murder. That's the liberty they're talking about.
They used to make sacrifices to these different gods, man. And whatever they was doing, whatever wickedness, the God would bless them. But they actually, and Esau still does it today. Esau's got into many gods, he's got different gods. And then the Roman Empire, man, they show you that, they go to the temples, like the move Agora, or even I think in 300 they got the oracles in there. So they show you that stuff, that back then you had different gods and goddesses that would bless you for whatever demonic principle it was. So that's Esau. The reason why he's got that in his temple because he's drawing power.
Oh goodness gracious, I must needs, because they actually break it down. And you gotta go check it out on the Wikipedia. The different scenes in the painting actually represent different gods, representing different areas of American life. So they got Columbia in there, which represents war, right? And they got him in there with the bald eagle and the arrows and thunderbolts and the American flag. See? You see? In the actual picture. So that's that oh shit, that's that part of the picture. That's that part of the picture there. Yeah? So the American bald eagle is represented with this war goddess, yeah, with the American flag that you niggas want to bow down to. See, they showing you it's witchcraft, man. They're showing you it's witchcraft, right? Okay, Khan, because I got more. Oh goodness gracious, look at this.
I got this real quick. Obadiah verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Go to verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise man out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau?
Yep. Now check this out, right? So they even have a section of the painting with this god, the goddess Minerva from the Roman goddess, right? Now they've actually, you know, it's hard to see. You gotta go check it out. But in there it says Minerva, the Roman goddess of crafts and wisdom, is portrayed with the helmet and all that. And they've got the electric generator and all these different marvels of science. So who are they praising for that? Who are they praising? And then they got Benjamin Franklin with the goddess, Samuel F.B. Morse and Robert Fulton and all these inventors. So who are they praising for the inventions of America? The fucking gods, man. Now you got the Marine, they worshiping Neptune, which is Poseidon, right? And they're going on, they're giving them credit for the telegraph, warships, anything of the sea. This is in the Capitol building in America. Vulcan. Now if you watch that thing, American Gods, most of these gods are in the program American Gods. Vulcan is in the American Gods, and they show you that he runs the gun industry in American Gods. Showing you that a lot of them programs that they're doing, they're really showing you what these people believe behind closed doors, but they do it in like an entertaining way. Or Perseus, the lightning thief. Not Perseus. You know the thing they made with the lightning thief? And he was the son of Zeus. It was all in England, and Hermes was running UPS and all that shit.
Right.
They just show you this shit. Ceres, the goddess of agriculture.
Yeah, because Hermes is a delivery service in Britain.
Messenger service. So they're dealing with all that witchcraft, man. They're dealing with all that witchcraft. That proves it. Right there in the Capitol building. Now they didn't just throw that together. They actually, everything they did on there was for a purpose. And they're giving glory. Now I guarantee you go to wherever the heads of sciences are in these buildings, you're gonna find more sculptures of these gods and more well, the Apollo. They called it the moon missions after the Greek god Apollo. Come on, man.
Well, that's why the scripture calls him the secret counsel of the wicked, man. Because it's going to take us to be the ones to bring this information out. Because most people, they don't understand these things. It's there, but it's a hidden mystery. You know what I mean? So you're going to have the Spirit of the Lord. You're going to have the light to be able to see that sort of stuff. Because if not, you're going to be deceived. Deceived and deceived for his. They're Christians. That's okay, man. All right. We'll do what we brought out, man. But they're just Christians. What kind of Christians are you talking about?
When you break it down, the entire District of Columbia, and they brought that out, it's a giant ritual.
Yeah.
The way the streets are and everything is all rituals, man. That they've done to work witchcraft. Hollywood, witchcraft. They got they rebuilt like Babylon in Hollywood and all that. Yeah, the Oscars is an idol.
Yeah.
Rituals all over the place, man. Go on, you got one.
So they say in God we trust, but the money's got Egyptian pyramid. Why?
Oh man. Yeah, the statue of so-called liberty, which is trans.
Yeah.
And like I said, when they talking about liberty, they ain't talking about you, Jake's freedom. They're talking about the liberty to do wickedness. They have the liberty to go and steal the land for the Native American Indians and put you niggas in slavery. That's the liberty they're glorifying. Their liberty from doing that which is right. What they call it, the cremation of the cremation of care. Yeah? No guilt. I just do as thou wilt. That's liberty. We ain't stupid.
We shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of their sorceries.
Multitudes. They have all these award ceremonies, all rituals, man.
That's why they're so against other walks of life. The first started with us, the Israelites, you know, because we're a threat to their society. So anything that's against the American system, they call it the buzzword, labeled names, man, or they're a threat to American lifestyle. The philosophy, so, you know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Even having an inauguration goes back to witchcraft from Rome.
Yeah, to August. Yep.
That's a Roman ritual.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said,
Yeah,
none.
the Pentagon. So the Pentagon's blessing the war because I believe it was built to face the North Star, which represents the Mars, the god of war.
Okay.
Yeah? If I'm not mistaken. The Norse god of war, whatever, I believe the North Star represents the god of war. Yeah? That's why we told you all them generals and all that, they're all into witchcraft and warlockism. Powell and all them generals. What's his name? The head of the CIA that used to be a general. Shit, what the fuck was that dude? Huh? Isn't it P something beginning with P? What's the nigga name? Yeah, him. Oh, Petraeus. Petraeus is a fucking... You can tell that dude sucking little boys' nutsacks, man. You can't tell that boy be sucking on some... you out your mind. The CIA is full of witches and warlocks, just like the MI6. That's why Aleister Crowley was working with the MI... Now, why would a guy like Aleister Crowley be working with MI6? And even the symbolism of MI6, CIA, it's all witchcraft. They're all intertwined with witchism and warlockism, man.
Well, it's either the MI5 or MI6. The name of it is Babylon on Thames. It's actually called Babylon on Thames. It's on the Thames River.
Yep. And part of their job is to keep a lot of the shit hidden, to cover up. Part of the job of the CIA and that is to cover up shit. Make sure they come in and, yep, this is classified, and cover shit up, man. Yeah. All that, when shit gets uncovered, the nasty, creepy ass shit that these crackers be doing.
Well, them elites, no, that's why the scripture calls them. They're known as being serpents, man, because they know what they're doing. That's where they draw their power, but they're just not going to tell you that. You know, you're the ones who ain't going to know that. You know?
A bit of information from Brother Pyre. Basically says it's on Capitol Hill. It says while serving in 1793 as President George Washington's Secretary of State, Thomas Jefferson named Capitol Hill, invoking the famous temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus on the Capitoline Hill, one of the 7 hills of Rome. So you go into Capitoline Hill, and it goes on to say, in the second paragraph, that the hill was earlier known as Mons Saturnius, dedicated to the god Saturn.
Isaiah 47:10. But that was...
That's what I mean already.
For
thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Calling themselves gods, man. Therefore shall evil...
They've been on a winning streak. You know, that's how you get gassed. When you're on that winning streak and it seems like nothing ain't going wrong, you get gassed. You start thinking you're invincible. You get complacent. Mosai gonna take you out, man. They've been on that winning streak. They've been doing good. We gotta give Esau a hand. He's been doing good. He's been doing his thing. But it's gonna come to an end. That winning streaks, you're gonna get that KO. You know, that all got to go. You might go tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
The majority of these Americans, man, when America descends into that deep darkness, they ain't gonna know what's going on. They were just watching X Factor 1 week. They were occupied with social media and this, that, and all of a sudden, all hell's breaking loose. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna understand it. They're not gonna understand why World War III is happening. They weren't really paying attention to all that geopolitics, man. They were on Twitter,
Netflix,
you know,
and chill,
watching cats, you know, watching cats lick milk.
Yeah, cats. So what the fuck is that? Children shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know what? They might watch a video of a cat licking milk or some shit.
Or what? Brain. That was really just fucking stupid.
Well, they spend, even here in the UK, a lot of these people spend regularly every evening about 2-3 hours of their evening going from Hollyoaks to, no, they home and away to Carnation Street to EastEnders. That's a good 4 hours of your life. And when you watch these things, you really don't learn nothing about geopolitics. You ain't gonna learn nothing in watching that. Just bullshit, garbage, man. So they ain't gonna know what's going on. They might see a few headlines here and there, but they don't really know what's going on. They can't break it down. They need someone to tell them, like sheep.
It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off.
When this shit comes down, man, it's gonna come down so fast and so heavy. You ain't gonna be able to say, wait, hold on, man. Let's, wait, hold on. Let's pull this back a bit. Time out, baby, Ain't gonna be no time out. The Lord's just gonna pour it on thick. You're gonna be like you in there with Sean Porter, man. In the third round and your back is against the rope, man. It's gonna be all of them. Them punches are gonna be coming from everywhere, man. You feel like there's five guys in there with you, man. Just getting smothered with judgment, man. From every angle, every possible thing you could think of. It ain't just gonna be viruses. It ain't just gonna be race wars. It ain't just gonna be this. It ain't just gonna be famine. It's gonna be all of the above. It's gonna be too much. It's gonna, what's this going on, like? Crisis, the world in crisis, man. The perfect storm. It's a good film, man.
It says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thy...
Meaning when this thing goes down, it's gonna go down quick. It ain't gonna, like, World War III ain't gonna last for like 10 years. Nah, it's gonna be fairly quick. It's gonna do the motions. I'm not saying it's gonna be over in 10 minutes, but it's gonna happen so fast.
But the scripture says it'll be a speedy village.
Yeah.
Speedy. So it's gonna happen fast.
It's gonna happen fast.
Especially when that chip comes out. Like, the dominoes, people build. It takes some time to build those like domino track building things. It takes some hours because they gotta get it all lined up the right way. But then as soon as you it's all bets off and you press it, and all the dominoes, it's just all bets off. That's how the Lord's gonna do away with this place.
Because the weaponry these days, it says that in about before you used to have wars fought with loud noise, roughly paraphrasing Isaiah 9. Yeah, but this one's gonna be burning and fueled with fire. Yeah, right. Because the weaponry is so devastating nowadays, the war ain't gonna take that long. Because you hit someone with something, then they gonna be like, wait, they just hit that with that. So we gonna have to hit and retaliate with something bigger. And then
watching that Ottoman Turk thing, it's a lot rough. Watching that Ottoman Turk thing, and they kept throwing the cannon balls on that town, and he was like, it was taking them all night, man. All you need is one little bomb that you saw today. That whole place is wiped out.
Oh, that was the king.
No, man, that was the Ottomans, man. He was watching.
Oh, okay. I think the film we watched as well.
We weren't the king, bro. But wait. You know what? I think they had it in both of them. Actually, they actually had it in the king as well.
Yeah.
They actually that was the king, but they had it in the Ottoman.
Try and take down Constantine XI, but it didn't work until eventually he took it down. But that was a slow process of war. But obviously, as Brother said, it's more advanced. Technology is far beyond what these levels even expected. So it's going to be, it says 1 hour, man. Babylon against going to be destroyed within an hour. And that's why it said the tongue going to...
You gotta talk up because you got brothers got raised.
All the celebrity status shit. Talk up, man.
That's why they're saying that the tongue could feel away in their mouth.
It's so raw.
Because that's how it's going to be powerful.
10 meters from the camera. I'm not sure, I'm not sure.
Please, sir, for me.
You go, hey, we'll carry on.
I got a concept. This is Micah 5:12. And I will cut off witchcraft. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thine hand. And thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off. and thy standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt have no more worship of the work of thy hands, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities.
Yeah, he sort of builds up his temples of worship and stuff like that. You know, it's all going to get done away with. You know, going into the stuff in America, their temples, and they got it in Britain, they got it in France. They got these buildings where they got Greek gods and Roman statues and stuff. It's all going to get burnt the fuck up, man. Honestly, man. It's all just going to get burnt up, man. The scriptures tells you that because when the Lord sets his kingdom up, there ain't going to be no more idols, mate. There's going to be no more idols, man. Everybody's got an idol. Every country you go to, there's different gods. And that's getting done away with, man. You can pick a god. You got Edomites do that. I'm gonna go to. They become Buddhists, so they love yoga, and then they go to, you know, Cambodia or whatever, and they start folding up their legs and assimilating positions and stuff, and become a Buddhist. But then they be a Christian. They're just freaks, man. Religion shopping. But then you get even boxers like when Tyson Fury, AJ, they went to Dubai. You know, they put on the, you know, they put respect to the religions. That's not going to be happening in the kingdom, man. You can't just worship anything. No,
And I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
So it's going to be beyond words. Such as they've not heard, that's going to be beyond words.
Can't wait. Day like that. Yeah. Bring up, man. It's cold.
Micah 5:9 says, thine hand shall be lifted up. Start from verse 11. It says, and I will cut off the cities of thy land and throw down all thy strongholds. And I will cut off witchcraft out of thine hand, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Says, thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. Says, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thine hands. And I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy cities.
Yeah, that's been happening all day.
It's been happening all day.
Well, the Lord deals with repeating. The Lord always said this, the prophecies are repeat. You know, the destruction of Babylon was from the ancient world. But when, you know, John the Revelator, it's the same spring, the same spirit. The prophets repeat, man. This kingdom's going to be destroyed until the kingdom come. So that's why you're not supposed to get bored of the truth, man. Because, you know, you can't get bored. You got to be settled in it. You got to get comfortable in it.
It doesn't get old.
I was going to say, being repeated since the time of Adam, man. Those voices in the garden. And in the book of Jude, it says that the seventh from Adam was Enoch. He spoke of the coming of the Lord and his thousands. So we're talking about the beginning of this earth, the same message repeated over and over again. The vibrations gather so much pace. Now we're at that time, and it's about to go down, basically.
Yeah, this is that much awaited time, you know. The end times, man. When Rome went down 2,000 years ago to Yahweh Shai, they were asking him, Lord, are you going to do it now? That wasn't even the time, man. Jake had to actually come in power. All types of different Jakes, you know, 2/3 and different kind of Jakes, sitting on thrones and all that. But that wasn't the kingdom that the Lord promised, man. The Middle Ages, that wasn't a kingdom, you know. That's why there was so much fucked up shit going on back then too.
Black on black crime.
Basically, yeah.
I got something from prophets, because the Lord said that we knew this from the beginning. Jeremiah 28:8 said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, man. So, you know, that's what the prophets did, and the prophets come back in their same light. That's why we're out here, man. You know, we might be, you know, put on the robes because this is a shadow of things to come. We're in hell. The scripture says you shall go to your enemies for the want of all things. So we wear Reeboks and Nikes or whatever the fuck, man. Whatever the fuck. You wear clothing of Esau. And but we cursing his ass out. Because this ain't about what you got on, what you wearing. This is about the